Welcome back to Investing Talk podcast. You know, sometimes you come across a company that's both thrilling and a little nerve-wracking at the same time.
Right.
And that's MicroCloud Hologram, ticker symbol, HOLO.
Interesting company.
They're making a name for themselves in the world of holographic AI.
Definitely an area to watch.
Now, their stock has been on a wild ride lately, and we're going to break down exactly why.
Yeah, what's particularly interesting is their recent announcement about integrating DeepSeek's R1 model into their holographic AI application.
DeepSeek's R1 model.
Yeah, it's really at the forefront of AI, known for its advanced reasoning and autonomous learning capabilities.
Okay, hold on, because you've already piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
When you say advanced reasoning, what does that even look like in the world of holograms?
Yeah.
Can you paint a picture for our listeners?
Absolutely. So imagine a hologram that can not only display a 3D image, but also understand and respond to its environment. Think about interactive holographic displays that adapt in real time based on user input, or even holograms that can generate new content autonomously.
Wow.
That's the kind of leap forward we're talking about.
That's not just cool. It's potentially revolutionary. And the market seems to agree, right?
Right. This news sent HOLO's stock soaring almost 19% at one point, opening at $2.57 and swinging between $1.75 and $2.59 throughout the day.
Oh, wow.
It's clear that investors are excited about the possibilities.
But you know, with any exciting new tech, there's always a but, isn't there?
Yeah.
What's the flip side of this story?
Well, you have to balance the excitement with a look at their recent earnings report.
Right.
And there we see a net loss of $23.7 million, with earnings per share coming in at menacingly 0.07 cents.
Okay.
And on top of that, their revenue actually decreased year over year by 58.28%.
See, this is why I love having you on the show.
Yes.
So we've got this incredible tech advancement on one hand and some less than stellar financials on the other.
Right.
It's the kind of situation that can leave investors scratching their heads.
Absolutely.
How do we even begin to make sense of this?
Well, let's start by diving into the technical analysis of HOLO.
Go.
I know charts and numbers can seem a bit dry, but trust me, they tell a story.
Okay.
The 8-day exponential moving average, or EMA, is at $1.83,
Okay.
which is a sell signal,
Mm.
and it's not alone.
Okay.
The 20-day simple moving average, the 50-day, and even the 200-day SMA are all flashing sell signals.
Whoa, that's a lot of red flags. For our listeners who might not be familiar with all this technical jargon, what do those sell signals really mean?
Think of it like this. Moving averages are like trend lines that show the average price of a stock over a certain period.
Okay.
When the current price falls below these averages, it can indicate that the stock's momentum is weakening
Got it.
and that more investors are selling than buying.
Okay, I'm starting to get the picture.
Good.
But aren't there other indicators that can tell us more about what's going on?
Absolutely. The Relative Strength Index, or RSI, sits at 41.82.
Okay.
This measures the magnitude of recent price changes
Uh-huh.
to evaluate overbought or oversold conditions. Think of it like a thermometer for a stock's price movements.
Got it.
Readings below 30 suggest it's oversold and potentially undervalued.
So are we saying HOLO is a bargain buy right now?
Not so fast.
Okay.
While it's approaching that oversold territory, it's not quite there yet. We also need to consider the moving average divergence, or MCD,
Okay.
which is currently at a line of 0.25.
Okay.
This indicator helps us spot changes in the strength, direction, momentum, and duration of a trend.
Right.
And right now, it's telling us that the bears are still in control.
That's a lot to take in. So for you listening out there, picture this. HOLO is trading near the bottom of the Bollinger Bands,
Okay.
which are kind of like guardrails for a stock's typical price range.
Right.
When a stock dips towards the lower band, like HOLO is now, it could signal a buying opportunity,
Right.
as it might be poised to bounce back up.
Exactly.
But there's another layer to this story. We're seeing massive trading volumes.
Huge volume.
Over 202 million shares changing hands. That tells us there's a lot of back and forth.
Lots of uncertainty.
A lot of uncertainty with investors trying to figure out which way this stock is headed.
Yeah.
So how do we reconcile those mixed signals?
Sure.
On the one hand, we've got those technical indicators pointing towards a potential dip, but then we've got this huge volume suggesting there's still a lot of interest in HOLO.
Exactly. That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
The short-term picture might look a bit shaky based on the technicals,
Right.
But the integration of DeepSeek's R1 model could be a total game changer in the long run.
Right.
We need to look at both sides of the coin.
For sure.
Got it.
Okay, so we're dealing with a bit of a puzzle here.
It's a tough one.
Exciting tech on one hand, some financial question marks on the other.
Right.
Let's zoom in on those financials a bit more.
Okay.
That net loss of $23.7 million, that's not exactly pocket change.
No, it's not.
Should that be setting off alarm bells for investors?
Well, it's definitely something to consider. But you also have to remember that a lot of tech companies, especially those pioneering a new field like holographic AI, they operate at a loss in the early stages.
Right.
They're pouring resources into research and development, building for the future.
Yeah, they're playing the long game, betting on the potential of this tech to really take off.
Absolutely.
But what about that revenue decrease? 58.28%? That's a pretty steep drop.
Yeah, it's significant.
How do we square that with the narrative of a company on the verge of a breakthrough?
Well, it's true that revenue drop is significant, and it highlights the fact that MicroCloud Hologram is operating in a fiercely competitive market.
Yeah.
You know, they've faced some headwinds lately, no doubt.
For sure.
But that's where this DeepSeek R1 integration could be a real turning point.
Right.
This technology has the potential to attract new customers, open up new markets, and ultimately drive revenue growth.
So are we talking about a potential comeback story here?
Yeah, potentially.
A company that stumbled a bit but is now poised to regain its footing?
Yeah, it's a possibility worth exploring.
Okay.
But to really assess the risk, I think we need to dig a little deeper.
Okay.
How much debt is MicroCloud Hologram carrying?
Right.
What's their cash flow like?
Hmm.
If they're burning through cash quickly, that's a red flag.
Okay.
But if they have a solid financial foundation,
Right.
they'll have more breathing room to navigate these challenges.
So it's all about looking beyond the headlines, right?
Absolutely.
It's about understanding the company's financial health, not just getting caught up in the hype.
Exactly. And for anyone listening who's thinking about investing in HOLO,
Right.
remember, do your own research.
Yeah.
Dive into those financial statements and get a clear picture of their financial standing.
Yeah.
It's your money, and you need to be comfortable with the level of risk.
Absolutely. And this is where the broader market context comes into play too, right?
For sure.
We can't just look at MicroCloud Hologram in isolation.
Absolutely. Is the overall market trending up or down? What's happening with interest rates? These are all factors that can have a big impact on a company's stock performance.
Right.
Especially a company like MicroCloud Hologram.
Yeah.
That's still in a growth phase.
So for our listeners who are following along, it sounds like we're looking at a company with a lot of potential,
It seems that way.
but also some real risks.
Yeah,
It's that classic high-risk, high-reward scenario, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to carefully weigh both sides of the equation.
Right.
You know, if you're a more cautious investor, you might want to wait and see how things develop
Yeah.
over the next few quarters.
Right.
But if you have a higher risk tolerance and you believe in the long-term potential of holographic AI, then HOLO might be a company to watch closely.
But whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out,
Right.
always remember the golden rule.
What's that?
Never invest more than you can afford to lose,
Yes.
and diversify your portfolio to spread that risk.
Good advice.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Couldn't agree more.
Now, I'm curious to hear from you, our listeners.
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts on MicroCloud Hologram?
Right.
Do you see them as a potential long-term winner?
Uh-huh.
Are the risks too high for your liking?
Yeah. What do you think?
Share your perspectives in the comments.
And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to Investing Talk Podcast
Yes,
for more in-depth analysis and discussions
for sure.
about the most intriguing companies in the stock market.
Absolutely.
We're here to help you navigate the world of investing and make more informed decisions.
We've talked about the technical indicators and we dug into the financials, but I think there's one more layer we need to peel back here.
Yeah.
The big picture. The future of holographic AI itself.
You're absolutely right. What's so captivating about this field is that we're just scratching the surface.
Right.
The potential for growth and innovation is enormous. We're already seeing holographic AI being used in everything from entertainment and gaming to healthcare and even education.
Wow.
And as the technology continues to advance, The possibilities are truly mind-boggling.
It's like we're on the cusp of a whole new era, isn't it?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the early days of the internet or the smartphone when everyone was saying this is going to change everything, and they turned out to be right.
Exactly. And that's what makes MicroCloud Hologram such a fascinating company to watch.
Yeah.
They're right there at the forefront of this technological revolution, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
But of course, with any emerging technology, there are also risks to consider.
Sure.
The market for holographic AI is still evolving, and there's no guarantee that MicroCloud Hologram will be the ultimate winner.
Right.
What could trip them up?
I think competition is a big one.
Okay.
There are other players in the holographic AI space,
Yeah.
and it's entirely possible that another company will emerge with a superior technology or a more effective business model.
Right.
That's just the nature of investing, you know? Right. You're always weighing the potential rewards against the inherent risks.
And that's why it's so important to do your homework, to stay informed, to keep learning.
Absolutely.
That's what we're all about here at Investing Talk Podcast.
Yeah,
Fred.
greatly.
We want to give you the tools and insights to make smart, well-informed investment decisions.
Absolutely. And remember, this conversation about MicroCloud Hologram is just a snapshot in time.
Right.
Things can change quickly in the world of tech.
Oh, for sure.
Stay curious, stay informed, and never stop learning.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks.
So there you have it, our look at MicroCloud Hologram, a company with a captivating story, some intriguing potential, and, let's be honest, a bit of a roller coaster ride for investors.
Absolutely.
We hope this discussion has given you some food for thought and helped you understand both the opportunities and the challenges that lie ahead in this exciting field of holographic AI.
Absolutely.
Now we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on MicroCloud Hologram? Do you think they have what it takes to succeed in the long run? Leave a comment below and share your insights.
Definitely.
And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Investing Talk Podcast and share it with your friends. We release new episodes every week covering a wide range of investing topics, and we're here to help you navigate the ever-changing world of finance.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Investing Talk Podcast.